Hey Aisha, how are you today?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, I'm wonderful. Look at this, we have amazing drinks.
I know. Cheers.
Very healthy. We're going to have a little conversation, a little chit-chat here. Where are you from? And I would say straight away, how did your music journey start?
I am from Turkey. I grew up in Ankara. When my mom was pregnant and I was around 7 months, she went to the movie Amadeus, and in the middle of it, when the music was very intense, she thought she was going to give birth, and so she had to leave the cinema.
Oh, wow.
And then she decided that day that I'm going to be a musician. I started taking lessons at 5.5. So at 6 I won a competition in Turkey, and I decided I'm going to be a professional pianist.
People are struggling to make their decisions about their career when they're 25, 26, even when they're 30, and then someone is like, oh, I'm 6 years old, I know what I can do. That is amazing. And how about your family? So if you already had the piano in the house, so that means someone already played piano.
Basically it was a leftover piano from my grandfather. No one actually played piano professionally in the family because we come from a very modest background. Like my mom, she wanted to learn piano a lot, but her dad told her, do something that will bring some money. So she became a doctor. And my dad was always interested in music, but he never took lessons.
They wanted to have more music in their lives, but because there was more a practical side of it, and people at the time thought, music is not going to make you money, you won't be able to make living. They maybe were trying to reach their goals through you. How old you were when you actually performed with the orchestra?
I was 9.
So you were 9 years old
the
first time?
Yeah.
Do you remember the feeling?
Yeah, of course. I was so nervous. I do remember meeting the orchestra members, and they were like 4 times older than me.
Yeah, and they're like looking at you like,
and
hello.
yeah, and it's this awkward feeling when you're the soloist and then you're
Who
like
took
9.
their kid to the practice? What's going on? They're like, I'm gonna be playing piano.
Yeah, exactly.
Were your parents actually pushing you?
Yeah, they did push me a lot, but when I didn't do well, I would get mad at myself. It wouldn't be my parents. In fact, it would be the opposite. They would be like, you did so well. When I was a teenager, I started pushing them back. So there would be times where I would be like, no, I'm going to quit piano because it's not cool enough, or it's classical music is boring, because none of my friends would listen to it. I would hang out with their parents or their grandparents. I would go every weekend and take lessons from a couple in Ankara, the husband and wife. And they were both trained in the States. In fact, from Juilliard and Eastman, they created this environment that was very competitive. So you would have a reason to practice. Like you would get either some scholarships, some presents, or all the scores would be publicly displayed. So after an exam,
and that's even starting when you were just a little girl at the time.
Yeah, and the parents were very, very pushy as well. Like it wasn't just my parents. So they would run and see who got the highest mark. I found myself going to classes that were I was 7, and then I would take the same lessons as 14-year-olds. And that's a huge difference at that age.
I'm very competitive. If I would be studying with you, I would not like you. No.
Yeah,
not my friend.
I graduated a year early. I was 17 and I went to University of Rochester's Eastman School of Music. I went there for 4 years, studied with Douglas Humphreys, and then I came here for a master's.
Pink Floyd project for you was kind of a breakthrough.
Yeah.
What's the right way to say you did cover for them, for their
no,
music?
actually I don't want to say their covers because
how
they're
do you call it?
recompositions of their songs.
Recompositions, yeah.
I
knew I was going to say it wrong.
There is a word in classical music where you say transcription or paraphrase.
Paraphrase. Paraphrase.
Yeah, that's what Liszt used to do. Like he would take popular music like folk tunes or things that people already knew.
And paraphrase them. There you go. That's what you did.
Exactly.
Awesome.
That's how it ties in with that.
So you realize that you could paraphrase contemporary, more popular music. About your future projects, what is coming up? What are you planning to do now?
I'm going to release an album on Kurt Cobain. We will be doing a campaign inviting all the fans to take part in this project very soon. So I've been using lots of effects inside the strings to imitate heartbeat sounds.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. I saw you were hitting strings and stuff. I thought it was awesome.
There's more of that.
More of that.
Yeah, a lot more.
She does a lot of videos. That's one of the things. I think that's really great. Also, if we're talking about videos, like then you putting the GoPros in different just to show how it looks from pianist perspective for the person who's actually playing the instrument. This data is taken from Classic FM, Reader's Digest, and The Guardian. So they were doing like a research. So 30% would say that they like music, and then that they listen it, and 61 say that they like it. So that's kind of interesting, though. It's like I like it, but I don't really listen to it.
But, you know, even if you think about movies, I mean, most of it has classical music in the background.
Yeah.
So a lot more people are exposed to it than they know, I think. And
that's true.
Maybe just like more of them just think that this is a conscious decision versus a subconscious. So you know, classical music is something that captures the essence of a time period. After a certain age, you get sick of all these commercials and all these fast-paced, you know, and sort of shallow
popular music. Ella.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, okay, I like pop music a lot, but just sometimes the lyrics are just so stupid. I have to say, it's ridiculous. And, you know, I don't think you're going to be wanting to listen to that when you're 50 years old. Like, you will want the meaning of life.
We start talking about, do you think that this classical music is for elite? And also we were talking about that I kind of have this in my head that it's concerts are pretty expensive, but then you said not really.
They're not expensive. I think there is this myth about that. And you know, if you really care, you can find any sort of student concerts that are really high quality to, you know, of course, the most famous venues. Everything. This is a huge range. So I think these people who think it's elitist, actually they probably don't know about classical music.
And it's also the effort, like just what do you really want to come and see them? That's the question. What would you suggest to people who want to get into your footsteps, into classical music, or it's or just a playing instrument, which is in your case that's the main thing when you do?
First, they need to have a very good teacher. That's key. I mean, there aren't. I can't name one self-trained classical musician because it's like ballet. Like there's no way you can do it on your own. You need a very good coach and a very good inspiration and you know, someone who encourages you all the time and who's there supporting you. And usually you have this classical teacher stereotype in your mind where, you know, she's old, wears glasses, and then sort of like, you know,
isn't that the way it is?
No.
What motivates you to do things? What motivates you to wake up in the morning, have this huge smile, which haven't been gone for like the last, I don't know how long we've been spending time here, and just do your thing? Is it just you, or there is some times when you feel like, oh, I don't want to do it, I don't feel like it?
I guess the more you perform and the more encouragement you get from people, including fans, the more you want to do it. Because if no one would listen to what I do, then I would be so depressed. I think, I mean, that's my biggest worry now. Like, what would happen if I lost my fans? Like,
that's why she makes all those videos. Oh, look at this GoPro, and then I can do this.
No, the thing is, like, that's the whole purpose of it. Like, why would I make music if no one's going to listen?
Do you think you want to be a celebrity, or what is your mission? What do you think you want to do? Because the musicians, they want to reach people, right? They want to influence people.
I don't care about fame or being a celebrity, but I do care about the amount of people who
Let's take a selfie. I'm going to post it on my Facebook. I don't care about being famous. No,
but I do want them to know what I've been up to, because, you know, my life doesn't consist of just the stage, like just an hour on stage. I mean, I am normal. Like, I do everything else that everyone else does.
Confirm, I'm normal. Have you ever thought about being a part of a band? Because, like, you know, the piano, which is, what's the other word you can call them?
Keyboard?
Keyboard, yeah. Keyboard can be one of the coolest bands. Like Coldplay have keyboardists.
Yeah, I know.
I love Coldplay.
In fact, that's going to be my next project after Nirvana.
Awesome.
Part of a band, okay, that's a good idea. But I think with the piano, you have such a wide range. And my purpose of doing these arrangements are to show how capable the instrument is to imitate other sounds, and also to bring the virtuoso element to it, so that it's technically very challenging. When you are part of a group, what you play is, of course, diminished to a level where you're accompanying the singer most of the time. And the lead singer has all the.
So you want to be
lyrics.
The superstar? That's what you're saying.
I'm a soloist. I would have been an accompanist if I wanted to.
I don't want to be famous, but it's just like if I play, it's all about me.
No, it's not about me, it's about the music and about the instrument. I mean, being a classical musician, you have to, you know, show people how amazing the instrument is. There's one thing I keep learning, and that is to take risks, always. Especially to challenge yourself. If you think you can't do something, try to do it. Like, I've learned so much from my mistakes, and in fact, most of the times I thought I would make mistakes, it ended up being something completely inspiring and positive and constructive. So you have to go towards your fears and face them.
Roll the dice. Once in a while.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, go on stage, play for people, enjoy life. It's, you know, I think people who are classically trained, they tend to worry so much about details, about, you know, oh, how many mistakes am I going to make? Who's going to come and listen to me? What if they say this? What if they... And I used to be like that when I was a student, but who cares? You know what?
It's all about you. No, I mean in a good way. Not in a good way. It's all about how you feel about it. So this was AyseDeniz, right here with me, Renars.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.